Way back in 1469, Queen Isabella of Castile and King Ferdinand of Aragon were married here in Valladolid. And so was born the Kingdom of Spain. Valladolid remained the capital of Spain for nearly 100 years before the capital was moved to Madrid, but Valladolid remains, vibrant and noisy, as you can see. Denis, Suha and I flew out from Stansted this morning and arrived after a couple of hours in Valladolid to be greeted by the director of the gallery, his wife and their family. We went for lunch, which was very nice, and then drove into the centre of the city, dropped our bags at the hotel and took a little walk. Found our way around the city and made our way to the gallery. The gallery is a converted church, and a very nice conversion it is too. Beautiful building and beautiful condition, but at the moment, has to be said, a bit of a blank canvas. White walls, bare floors, bare ceilings. The truck arrives tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock sharp, got to be there to meet it. Many crates of paintings, drawings, all the paraphernalia of the exhibition. So we're going to unpack it, lay it out and hang it up there. So here we go, day one over. Let's see what day two has in store. So, here we are, Valladolid Day 2. The art arrives at 8 a.m. in a lorry. Over 40 cases of framed drawings, models, banners, posters and some very complicated installations. We meet the crew, who are cheerful and experienced, and set about unloading into the gallery. With so much material, it's important to unload it into roughly the right place, or we could all get very confused. The crates are positioned around the space, and before long we're opening them up to find the treasures within. My main responsibility is the arena. This is a space where I'll install 15 projectors, 18 screens, PA and some very complex electronics. I've done it many times before, as we first installed this exhibition in 1994, but every venue is different, so it's always new. Day 2 consists of checking all the equipment, fixing the broken kit and noting all details in the schedule. By the end of day 2, I've set everything up, ready to go. Come tomorrow, I'll run it for the first time and start the fine-tuning. Meanwhile, the rest of the crew are doing the same in the other areas, ready for some concerted installing tomorrow. Days 3 and 4 have gone by in a blur. 4 days is probably the shortest period to hang we've had for this exhibition, and the pressure is on, though it might not show. It's like a dance. Each step in sequence must happen at exactly the right time, or we may trip over each other's feet. There are hundreds of framed works, 5 major installations, 11 beautifully made models, the entire collection of original Archigram publications, and all the related material, such as labels and captions to position. Each must be checked, repaired, cleaned, and fixed in place. And with the limitations of time and number of crew, we're in a spin. So what is Archigram, I hear you ask? Archigram is a group of architects who came together in 1961 to form an experimental practice exploring the boundaries of how we live our lives in the built environment. Through the 60s and early 70s, they created a vivid series of publications, imagery and events through which they shared their ideas. Over the period, they produced a huge volume of work, colourful and iconic, some of which is on show here in Valladolid. By the end of day 4, the exhibition is hung. It's been hectic, but the undoubted skill and experience of the crew has helped realise the vision of the designer. Here, in a minute and a half, you see a walkthrough from the eyes of a visitor. The city has come alive over the last few days. When we arrived, Spain was still cold and wet and grey, having had the worst winter in years. By now, the rain has stopped and the sun has come out. The temperature has risen from Arctic to Mediterranean, and the city has woken up. All around us there's an explosion of music and dance. A stage for the fiesta has been built, and all the people from babies and children to the stooping elderly have emerged, dressed in their finest.